Hello everyone, it's Brooke from So My Happy, and I'm going to show you the world's most boring but super useful pose, constructive rest. And you'll need a few props. So you're going to want a pillow. You can just grab one off your bed, that's totally fine. Decorative pillows work fine too, you don't want anything too huge. A tie of some kind, so I like softer ties, scarves, robe belts, yoga straps work fine too. I don't like TheraBands because it feels like I'm getting my blood drawn or something. They're a little too rubbery and sticky and not fun. But otherwise, softer things are good. And then a couple of books, hardbound books, that are small to medium-ish size width-wise. And the basic pose looks like just lying on your back, knees bent, feet flat. And that's it. Boring, I told you. And what we're going to do, because we're lying here for 15 minutes, and we're trying to get as deeply restful as we possibly can, we're going to tie our legs up in a supported way so that as we get more rested, we don't have this kind of like leg flopping open thing. We don't have to work really hard or grip in any way to keep that from happening. So you grab the pillow, gives you just a nice spacer between your knees. You're going to tie it up. Not so tight that you're hurting yourself, but tight enough that you actually feel really supported in your legs, like they're not going anywhere. So they really can, those muscles can really turn off as much as possible. And once you're here, this is where the books come into play. So that depends a lot on what's going on with you, the individual's neck. So for people who have more pronounced cervical curves, like me, you're going to want a book. So a more pronounced cervical curve, a dramatic exaggeration would be someone who it's like the crown of their head is almost on the floor. So this is, your neck is popping off the floor more. We're all going to have space between our neck and the floor, hopefully, or else there's something really not great going on with your neck. But the amount of space varies. So if you have a flatter cervical curve, and this can happen a lot for people who've had whiplash injuries, which of course is super common, then you don't want any books. But since I am one of those more pronounced cervical curve people, I'm going to set myself up with a book. No, we don't want a pillow, we want a book because we want to keep the firm surface. And then you're here, and you lie here for 15 minutes, except without turning my head to talk to you. It's more challenging than it seems to do nothing, but really useful. It really rids the body of excess stress and gripping in muscle fibers that just don't need to be working so hard all the time. And as you lay here, the important thing to remember is to just lay here. So as time goes on, you might start to feel a little unraveling. Things will be unraveling in your spine as your psoas releases, and you might feel things like all of a sudden your shoulder feels up here, or you feel like you're popping your ribs out, or you just feel kind of funny. And so you'll have the urge to like fix yourself, to tidy yourself up. And I really invite you to not tidy, to really just lay here, let things unravel, and just to kind of ride the wave of wherever it goes. So it becomes a game, really, of what I call the world's most low-risk trust fall. You know, you're trust falling into a floor that you're already lying on, which isn't going anywhere. So you want to just let yourself get heavy into the floor and be in one orientation. And no, you cannot read or watch TV. As soon as you're turning on your visual cortex, your neck muscles really can't let go, and that's an enormous part of the benefit of this pose. So this, after all that talking, is constructive rest. And you just lay here and rest. Set a timer for 15 minutes and see what happens. To come out of the pose, you're just going to roll to your side, press yourself up to sitting, untie the wacky nest that you've made for your legs, and then slowly get on with your day. And that is constructive rest. Thank you.